does not stay with us any longer. So we ask Allah to give us the ability to do that. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Surah Al-Ma'idah, ayah number 2, Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tahillu sha'air Allahi wa lil-shahr al-harama wa lil-hadya wa lil-qala'ida wa la amin al-bayt al-haram yabtaghuna fadlan min rabbihim wa ridwanah. Ila akhir al-ayah. In this ayah, Allah Azza wa Jal addresses the believers and He is telling them not to do certain things which can lead towards the action being wasted in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the portion that Allah mentions, يَبْتَغُونَ فَضْلًا مِّنَ اللَّهِ. Out of all the actions that people are doing, we have to understand that to get the pleasure and the fadl of Allah Azza wa Jal, the first component, and that is the action itself, it is something that has been ordered by Allah for us to do. Because if it's not ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can have as many intentions as you want, and you can do whatever the best thing that is in your mind, but eventually it's not accepted in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to be able to fulfill the orders of Allah, a person needs to bring the importance of the ahkam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which are the sha'airullah. What are the sha'airullah? Mufassirun give different understanding. The symbols of Allah, the actions that are made obligatory by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the most inclusive explanation of sha'a, kullu ma awjab Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything that Allah has commanded you to do and everything that Allah has told you not to do, it is all under the sha'air of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, when we talk about these things, the sha'air of Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to honor the sha'air of Allah. وَمَن يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِن تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. And over here, in this ayah, as well as in ayat in Surah Al-Hajj, they both refer to some of the actions of Hajj, manasik, because this is one of the translation of sha'air al-manasik, right? And what are the manasik? Manasiks are those places which only has the value at a certain time when Allah has said that it has a value. So for example is Arafat is one of the mansak of Hajj. Muzdalifah, these are all of these are different manasik of Hajj, right? You go to Mina, the Jamarat, all of these are considered to be the manasik of Hajj. Now all of these things, you can sit there and do it throughout the entire year and you skip the time where you're supposed to be done, then your action of Hajj is not accepted. Why? Because sha'air are those things which Allah says you have to do, but you have to do under the command and direction of Allah Azza wa Jal Himself. So places don't have value. The hukum of Allah is the one that has value. In fact, the places receive value due to the hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being present. So Allah says, and then these places, they become also valuable. Why? Because the hukum of Allah is attached to these places. Similarly, every action that Allah has ordered us to do, they hold a great value. That's why we should never depreciate anything of good action. لا تحقرن من المعروف شيئا. The Prophet ﷺ said, do not belittle any good deed, any action of good deed. Why? Because every action of good deed, there is a benefit behind this. So number one is, we have to value it. Number two is, we have to do it. And number three, we have to do it the right way. And these are under the hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is given to the believers that value the symbols of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the orders of Allah, and stay away from those things which Allah is telling us to stay away from. We ask Allah to grant us the true understanding, ability to practice. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give us the ability to value our deen, to value what Allah has given us as His ni'mah. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakum Allahu khairan.